From the studios at Bossier Parish Community College, this is Bpcc News.
Welcome back, Bossier City, to the Friday edition of the Bpcc News. I'm Sydney Parker.
And I'm Adam Stampley. Let's take a look at upcoming events here at Bpcc.
The purpose of the Student Government Association, or SGA, is to encourage meaningful participation in student activities to represent and execute the students' will and to promote the general welfare of self-government. SGA members who are elected by the student body represent all Bpcc students by providing input into college policies and college management during the fall and spring semesters. The SGA members serve as the voice of advocacy for all students on the Bpcc campus. In addition, SGA members assist with events and activities sponsored by the Office of Student Life.
The SGA meets every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. in F220. Meetings are open to all currently enrolled Bpcc students. SGA members are required to attend. The online election will open at 8 a.m. on Wednesday, September 5th, 2018. Eligible voters will receive voting credentials in their Bpcc student email account. The online election will close at 12 p.m. noon on Friday, September 7th, 2018.
The Cavalier Express student recruiting team will be selling custom-designed Bpcc t-shirts during the month of August. Shirt costs range from $15 to $18. Payment can be made in cash only. Stop by the recruiting office in A133 and get yours today.
The Floral Basics class is suitable for the basic hobbyist or those who want to become a licensed florist. You will be provided with everything you need to know to create magnificent floral arrangements with ease. Make several versions of bridal, corsage, funeral, holiday, and party pieces. Take home beautiful arrangements after every class. Students will bring $125 the first day of class for a supply toolkit and flowers for the first two classes. Afterwards, student will be responsible for their own flowers and additional supplies. This course will prepare you for the state floral exam. Estimated cost of flowers is $300 to $350.
The Rotaract Club of Bpcc has partnered with the Food Bank of Northwest Louisiana to create an emergency food pantry to help serve those students who have food insecurities. The Bpcc Rotaract Emergency Food Pantry is the only college-initiated food pantry in Northwest Louisiana. The food pantry will be open on Thursdays and Fridays from 11 to 1 p.m. in D113.
Some Art Poems is an exhibit of paintings by Ellen Soffer and will be on display in the Learning Commons in Building A now through Friday, January 11th. The Learning Commons is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Friday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. A public reception will be held from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Wednesday, October 10th, and area artists and the general public are invited to attend.
Have you driven impaired or distracted? Well, our reporter, Lauren Wagner, went to the Arrive Alive tour to check things out. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren Wagner with the Bpcc News, and right now I'm here at the Arrive Alive tour, and I'm about to check out the simulation and see what it's like to be drunk and drive. Let's check it out. The Arrive Alive tour came to Bpcc and had 3 different simulations of impaired and distracted driving: text driving, drunk driving, and driving while high on marijuana.
We've had a bunch of people step out today just to check out the simulator. A lot of people step out of the simulator feeling good and hopefully understanding some of the lessons that we're trying to impart on them.
The guides had one piece of really good advice.
$10 Uber is much cheaper than a $10,000 DWI. It's much cheaper than killing somebody, so just think straight before you decide to make the wrong choice.
I did the drinking and driving simulation. Yeah, I felt really real.
We even had a little passenger. Even I got in on the action. I did flip my car, and I did swerve a lot. So it's very realistic, and it's very, you can definitely tell the changes in your eyes and stuff. So
I would say good deal of them, absolutely. They step out of the car and go, wow, I don't want to drink and drive, or I don't want to text and drive, because they realize, I tell them the stat of how many people die every year from both of them.
Texting and driving kills more people yearly than drinking and driving, and more dangerous. On average, 1 out of 4 accidents are caused from texting and driving. It seemed like everyone learned a lot doing the simulator about impaired and distracted driving. I hope you get a chance to check it out next time they come. I'm Lauren Wagner with the Bpcc News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up after the break, Lauren Wagner will tell you what kind of weather we'll have over this Labor Day weekend.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren Wagner with the Bpcc Weather, and coming up after the break, we're going to talk about your current temperatures around the Arklatex, your temperatures right here at Bpcc, and take a look at your weekend forecast.
You can help your child beat bullying. First, you and your child should know he or she is not alone. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says 1 in 5 kids is bullied at school and 16% are bullied electronically. Next, consider these ideas for dealing with the problem. For one thing, try to get your child to develop his talents and positive attributes, music, athletics, art, so he can be more confident. Next, teach your child safety strategies, such as to seek help from an adult when feeling threatened by a bully. Talk about whom she should go to for help and role-play what she should say. Assure your child that reporting bullying is not the same as being a snitch. Help your child meet new friends in and outside of school. A new environment may provide a fresh start. Finally, make sure your child has a safe and loving home environment where he can take shelter, physically and emotionally, and always maintain open lines of communication with your child. More helpful advice can be found online at cdc.gov.
The best cancer care starts with the best cancer information. Cancer.net, the award-winning patient information website of the American Society of Clinical Oncology, empowers patients, families, and caregivers by providing timely, oncologist-approved information and resources right at their fingertips. Cancer.net offers comprehensive information on more than 120 types of cancer, side effects, coping, caregiving, clinical trials, and much more. Cancer.net also features a blog, videos, podcasts, and a mobile app. The site is designed to help people with cancer better understand the disease, from diagnosis and treatment through survivorship.
You could just rely on Cancer.net. It has very accurate information. It can give you hope. It's been a great resource.
For more information, visit Cancer.net and find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Cancer.net is supported by the Conquer Cancer Foundation.
Researchers around the world may have been putting in a few all-nighters because they seem to agree that drinking coffee is generally good for you. For example, at the University of Wales, controlled trials found that coffee improves memory, mood, vigilance, reaction times, and general brain function. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition said caffeine can boost the metabolic rate by 3 to 11%, and one in the American Journal of Physiology found caffeine can specifically increase the body's rate of fat burning by some 15%. The European Journal of Neurology said coffee drinkers may have a much lower risk of getting Alzheimer's disease, while a Harvard study found women who drank 4 or more cups of coffee a day were 20% less likely to be depressed. Finally, no amount of coffee will let you live forever, but according to the Annals of Internal Medicine, it was associated with a 20 to 26% lower risk of death at any time in the next 20 years. So join all those distinguished scientists, brew up a cup, and drink to your health.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bpcc Weather. I'm Lauren Wagner. Let's look at your current temperatures around the Arklatex. Right now around the Arklatex, it's in the high 80s to low 90s with 87 in Marshall. We have 90 degrees in Nacogdoches, while we have 89 in Texarkana and in Minden, 88 in Ruston, and we have 87 degrees in Natchitoches. Let's look at your temperatures right here at Bpcc. Right now at Bpcc, it's 88 degrees with a humidity of 59%. Your dew point is at 72 degrees with a wind coming in from the northeast at 5 miles per hour. And your sunset tonight is at 7:40. Let's look at your 5-day forecast. It looks like rain for the weekend with a 20% chance on Saturday, a high of 96 and a low of 73. Your rain chances increase Sunday and Monday with a 50% chance, a high of 91 and a high of 90 for Sunday and Monday, and lows of 72. For your Tuesday, we have a 30% chance of rain with a high of 91 and a low of 73. And for your Wednesday, we have a high of 92 and a low of 73 with a slight chance of rain and partly cloudy. That was a look at your forecast. I'm Lauren Wagner. Back to you, Sydney.
Labor Day weekend is here, and there's tons of fun activities for you and your family to check out in the Shreveport and Bossier area. If you love music, stop by Festival Plaza or the Shreveport Blues and Southern Soul Pre-Labor Festival this Saturday. Gates open at 5 p.m. and admission is $30. The Super Derby 39 is Harrah's Louisiana Downs' biggest race of the year and will be held this Sunday at 12 p.m. There will be meet and greets, a children's area, food trucks, and more.
Harrah's Louisiana Downs is also hosting the Wiener Dog races. The event will begin at 11 a.m. with the first race starting at 12 p.m. The Shreveport Mudbugs take on the Springfield Junior Blues Friday and Saturday at the Hirsch Coliseum. Tickets are only $10. And stop by Margaritaville Resort and Casino tonight to hear the Molly Ringwalds play at the Paradise Theater. The show starts at 9 p.m. and tickets are just $15.
A boil advisory is currently in effect in Red River Parish following a car crash Wednesday morning when the East Cross River system suffered damage to a water main. Residents of the Crossroads or East Point communities are advised to boil your water before using it.
Bringing the jams back to Wednesday nights, Bon Tim's Coffee Bar under the Texas Strait Bridge in the Red River District is introducing jam sessions with Ophi J every Wednesday from 7 p.m. till 10. Bring your instrument, plug in, and jam out. No script, no rules, just local musicians creating impromptu, unrehearsed musical art together.
A memorial yesterday afternoon for slain K-9 Sheriff's Deputy took place at Louisiana Tech University in Reston. K-9 Sergeant Boko was killed in the line of duty earlier this month while helping catch a murder suspect in Lincoln Parish. Boko died helping apprehend 58-year-old Vincent Robertson, who was wanted in Monroe on a charge of attempted second-degree murder for allegedly shooting his girlfriend in her head while the two were arguing. He faces additional charges of cruelty to animals in connection to Boko's death.
Itchy, irritated eyes are not uncommon for this time of year, but could be more than just the pollen in the air. More in today's Health Minute.
It's an inflammation of the membrane layer that's on the front of the eye.
And now to sports with Chris Hale.
If you have diabetes, it's important to remember that monitoring matters. That's the word from experts at the Mayo Clinic. They believe blood sugar testing, or self-monitoring blood glucose, can provide useful information for diabetes management. For instance, it can help you judge how well you're reaching overall treatment goals and understand how diet and exercise affect blood sugar levels, and how other factors such as illness or stress affect the same levels. The American Diabetes Association, the ADA, recommends that you routinely test blood sugar levels as an effective part of any self-care program. For people using insulin, it recommends testing 3 or more times a day. If you take another kind of medication, test your blood sugar level as often as your healthcare team recommends. Keeping a logbook is a good way to keep track of routine testing results. In addition to daily testing, taking the A1C blood test can also be useful. This blood test measures the average blood sugar level over the last 3 months. It's usually performed 2 to 4 times a year. To learn more, visit diabetes.org.
Welcome to Bpcc Sports. I'm Chris Hale. Let's get to it. College football is back, and so is its annual tradition of kicking off with a large sprawl across Labor Day weekend. Saturday is the first day of the season with actual big games, and things won't continue until very early Tuesday morning. This weekend's games include Ohio State versus Oregon, Washington at Auburn, and Michigan and Notre Dame. And LSU will be at home against the U. The Tigers are hoping to start the season off with a huge win over a ranked Miami program. The odds are in the Tigers' favor as most handicappers have them beating the Hurricanes by at least 10 points. New Orleans Saints Executive Vice President / General Manager Mickey Loomis announced that the club has acquired quarterback Teddy Bridgewater from the New York Jets in a trade. The club has signed wide receiver Tanner McEvoy. Bridgewater, 6'2", 215, was originally a first-round draft pick, 32nd overall of the Minnesota Vikings in 2014 out of Louisville. Bridgewater saw his first NFL action against the Saints in Week 3 of his rookie campaign and then subsequently took over the starting job, opening 23 consecutive regular season games and 1 postseason contest for the Vikings. Baseball season is winding down and the postseason draws near. Clubs are racing to make it in. Here are some scores from last night. Detroit won a close one in New York against the Yankees 8-7. Boston easily beat the White Sox 9-4. And Houston loses at home against the Angels 5-2. The playoffs start October 2nd with the wild card round, but it remains to be seen who all is in. I caught up with R.J. Miller of the brand new inaugural Bpcc cross country team to ask him how he is feeling, how he prepared, and what it means to be on the team.
Man, it's very rewarding. I worked hard for this. Even though I started a year ago, you know, it shows that my hard work is paying off in the long run, and I'm super proud for it, and I'm going to give it all I got. Be a good leader towards my team, be a great example towards my team, and having somebody where they can look up to and ask questions to, where I can support my team at all times. It'll be weird for me not to be nervous, but I'm more confident than nervous because our team have been working hard this summer, and I feel like it's going to pay off and it's going to show at the meets. It's mostly just sleep, man. Get a ton of rest. I usually try to go to sleep around 10:30 at night. Make sure my body gets a ton of rest. Make sure I'm eating the right things. I have a coach of mine who helps me with that, and I drink plenty of water, man. Hydration is like the #1 key for me because that's what when you're running, that's what you're wasting. You get losing a lot of sweat, so you have to replenish all that with hot water and stuff like that. Come out and support us. I know we're a new team. I know it's a new sport to most people around here, but just come out and support us, man, because I'm telling you, it's going to be fun for us.
Good luck.
NASA says cabin pressure is holding steady on the International Space Station. After crews repaired a small hole in one of the Soyuz spacecrafts attached to it, NASA says a leak from 2-millimeter hole caused a minor reduction in cabin pressure in the orbiting space station. The U.S. Space Agency worked with their Russian counterparts to do the repairs. NASA says the crew was never in danger and will continue to monitor cabin pressure overnight.
A 71-year-old man in South Korea experienced every sushi lover's worst nightmare when doctors had to amputate his forearm, apparently because he'd consumed contaminated raw seafood. Doctors noticed a deep purple blister measuring 1.4 by 1.8 inches on the man's hand and discovered it was infected with a flesh-eating bacteria found in salt water and similar to the bacteria that causes cholera. The doctors performed emergency surgery to remove the bacteria and gave the man antibiotics. However, when the flesh on the patient's hand and arm started dying, doctors had to amputate his left forearm 25 days after his first hospital visit.
A New Jersey superintendent was resigned from his job from the Kenilworth School District after being accused of defecating on a high school football field on a daily basis. Dr. Thomas Tremiglini, 42, was mentioned in a letter to the district staffers as resigning over events unrelated to his service for Kenilworth. He plans to file a lawsuit against the Holmdel Police Department for taking his mugshot after the arrest, citing that his charges, public defecation, lewdness, and littering, were low-level offenses similar to a speeding ticket that did not require his photograph to be taken and eventually made public.
Pharmacy retailer CVS has pulled Enfamil powdered baby formula from shelves nationwide after a Florida mother found what appeared to be all-purpose flour in a package she'd purchased near Tampa. After pulling Enfamil products from the store, CVS said that it removed the powder from stores nationwide but expected to resume the sale of these products by the end of the day today. An internal review found no related problems in markets outside of Tampa, Florida. CVS said in an Enfamil described the case as an isolated incident, but they are telling anyone that purchased their products to check the appearance of the package. Even differences that may be minor could be meaningful.
A seal and a butterfly become best buds, and Prince Harry steals the show at a Hamilton performance. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
This seal's ridiculously cute encounter with a butterfly at the Oregon Zoo is the best thing I've ever seen. This week, the adorable meet and greet was captured by the zoo's dive safety officer, Micah Reese. Kaya is a 3-year-old Pacific Harbor seal that's lived at the zoo since 2015. As you can see, she's very, very friendly. Okay, now on to some serious news. Just kidding. Prince Harry was caught on camera stealing the show in London when he burst into song after his charity showing of the hit musical Hamilton.
You say...
That was a number sung by the character of King George III, who just happens to be Harry's 6th great-grandfather. The show was held to raise money for the Duke's Foundation, which works with children and young people affected by HIV. Okay, now it's time for some serious news. Seriously delicious! A group of universities just announced a study that's willing to pay people to eat avocados. Holy guacamole, where do I sign up? The study is called the Habitual Diet and Avocado Trial. Researchers want to see if the fruit can help with weight loss. Volunteers who sign up will eat an avocado every day for 6 months, and those who make it through will get $300 when the study is complete. That'll make your friends green with envy, and you thought you were going to get some serious news. But take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Coming after the break, we're going to Lauren Wagner with the weather recap.
I teach a wide variety of things, including film editing, directing, documentary making, lighting. I fell in love with art as a young child, and it's just always something that has stuck with me.
You know, I love the whole process of going on set, going back into the editing room, telling a story. That's what I really love about film.
I got laid off from my job, and I figured this was the perfect opportunity to go to school to get a degree for it.
As a kid, I was really into geeky stuff. I couldn't think of anything else that I would rather do.
They really provide you with the equipment and the necessary tools in order to advance in a career, especially in communications field.
Well, one thing that really drew me to video production especially is it's just a way to reach people. And as someone who likes to communicate with other people, I felt that mass communication, especially broadcasting, was a tool that I could use.
You get some hands-on experience. They've got good stuff to work with. They really know what they're doing, and they're willing to pass it on.
When our students leave Bossier Parish Community College, they are equipped to get a job immediately, or they can move on to a four-year degree.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren Wagner with your weekend weather recap. And today for Friday, it's partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. We have a high of 96 and a low of 74. Tomorrow for your Saturday, we have a 20% chance of rain with a high of 96 and a low of 73. And for your Sunday, your rain chances increase to 50% with a high of 91 and a low of 72. That was a look at your weekend weather recap. Back to you guys at the desk.
Since man's discovery of fire, cooking has been mainly a process of subjecting food to high temperatures that chemically alter its color, taste, and texture. But the invention of cryogenic technology has handed chefs an exciting new tool, liquid nitrogen, for transforming food in fun and surprising ways. It is great for making instant rice, cream, and perfectly cooked hamburgers. Because liquid nitrogen is a relatively new addition to the kitchen, many other applications of the versatile fluid still await discovery.
And what is the most tangible victory thus far for Colin Kaepernick and his legal team? The arbitrator overseeing his collusion case has denied the NFL's dismissal attempt. The decision comes in the wake of a summary judgment hearing in which the NFL argued Kaepernick's attorneys did not have the evidence to meet an appropriate standard proving a collusive effort to keep the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback out of the league. Both sides filed arguments that included giving arbitrator Stephen Burbank the evidence each had produced in its discovery. Those arguments led to Burbank determining the case would move forward. Kaepernick's legal team's next step would be to request documents and digital information from the NFL via reopening the deposition portion of the case.
Plenty of movie and music news in today's Hollywood Minute, including stories that mix the two. Here's David Daniel.
Are you ready for Michael Jackson's Thriller in IMAX 3D? Jackson's estate and IMAX are remastering the classic 1983 short film for a one-week release in IMAX theaters beginning September 21st, if you dare.
Maybe it's time to let the old ways down.
Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga star in the new take on A Star Is Born, the movie and the soundtrack. They've announced they appear on the album's 19 songs in solos and duets, and that the LP features original material from both. The film and the soundtrack arrive October 5th.
Gary Hart is the man to beat in '88.
Here's your first look at Hugh Jackman in The Frontrunner, opening in November. Jackman plays Gary Hart, whose presidential candidacy was felled by an affair, as political journalism and tabloid journalism merged for the first time.
This campaign is about the future, not rumors, not sleaze, and I care about the sanctity of this process, whether you do or do not.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Remember, there will be no school on Monday and observance of Labor Day. Enjoy your morning and maybe catch up on some sleep.
Well, that wraps up our Friday news. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Sydney Parker.
And I'm Adam Stampley. Have a great weekend.